What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We back with the Box Clinic and more. You know, we do more than boxing. Also, all the links are in the description if you want to donate to the channel. Broke the big news. Sounds like we're going to be starting our live show this Wednesday, if not next week. But it like it's to go for Wednesday if everything happens, So, appreciate the donations if you can chip in. We got a lot of things coming. Also, if you don't like the Facebook group, it's in the link. But Alabama, Georgia definitely lived up to the hype. I've seen several great college football championships. In the grand scheme of things, they was great finishes in sports. Some of the greatest finishes I've ever seen, especially in this era. Vince Young versus USC with Texas. And then I had Villanova, North Carolina a couple years ago. Greatest college basketball game I've ever seen live. And I've ever seen on tape delay or whatever else. Look back historically. And this was another great football finish, and SEC showed out. So while the conference ain't really moved nowhere, it's still top dog. Even though the Big Ten did well, SEC is still the platinum standard. And early on, Jalen Hurts was just stinking up the place in the championship game. He hadn't progressed from year one to year two as a quarterback like they thought he would when they recruited the Tua kid. And I remember hearing about him coming. I remember the other guy was in Phillip Sims years ago. They came to Alabama. He never got a chance to play. I don't know what happened to him. I think that was his name. He's from Virginia somewhere. And I heard about Tua. He was with Trent Dilfer's Elite 11 camp, Elite 7 camp. And I liked the way he was throwing the ball, watching him. And Trent Dilfer had some great praise for him. But Hurts just couldn't get it done. What's so funny, Nick Saban had two ringers off the bench. He had Tua and Najee Harris, the running back off the bench, who came in and gave him a spark. Both Scar, whatever his name is, a big power back. Harris gave him a little shifty, quick back with some power. He's a well-balanced freshman as well. But early on, Georgia was in control, man. It looked like they was about to roll to a championship, man. Fawn was making some good passes, and they, and the running backs were doing okay. And they was making enough plays, but you just never felt like they took off like they were supposed to. I think I had a 13-point lead at one point. It seemed like they should have, had a bigger lead. Farm didn't pay good enough where they can get that 20, 25, 30-point lead, which they had opportunities to get them, but Georgia just was shooting themselves in the foot. Saban made the adjustment at halftime, with the quarterbacks. And he had a ringer on the bench, man, then came back with a ringer running back. And Tua, when he throws the ball, it's something beautiful. He's special. He's mobile. I don't know how big and tall he is and his pro prospects, but, if he's around Drew Brees' height, he going pro because he got the mobility. It seems like he's very smart. He broke down the last play where he said that they had a cover two look. And you can see he looked the safety off, and that's something that, most, senior quarterbacks don't do. That's an NFL move. And even though number 24, his hips never broke all the way to the inside, his hips, it tilted enough to the inside where he looked them off and he dropped the ball in the bucket. Maybe the defense didn't think Tua was capable of dropping that ball in the bucket because he was on the bench. He was supposed to be a developmental year for him, but that was a layup pass for him, man. And Alabama kicker missed it before the end. Send the overtime, and Georgia kicker had a big kick. I know he made a big kick versus Oklahoma last week. I know he can kick. Let's talk about the number 24 in this video real quick. The safety that gave up the touchdown. I don't know why he was playing in the middle. It was a deep crossing route. Even if he let the deep crossing route pass, they might have got the first down, but he wasn't going to score. You supposed to protect the end zone, and maybe he didn't think the quarterback had the guts to throw it to the end zone, and especially in that little hole between the coverage, between the corner and the safety. But the hole was big. He put the ball right on point. Even if he would have closed in a little bit closer, he still would have dropped the ball in. But congratulations to Alabama. I think it was 5 national championships since Nick Saban been there, 6 overall because he got one at LSU. And he's showing why he the GOAT, man. He got talent on top of talent, man. He had talent coming off the bench better than the talent that was starting, man. And, Saban is a bad man. Remember, he was at Michigan State. He had good recruits there. Went to LSU, blew up there. And now he called Bama home, and he built a dynasty. They the Patriots of college football, man. And they beat Georgia today. And ain't no debate, man. You know, Alabama, love them, hate them in between. They the absolute truth. I stayed in Alabama. I know how crazy the Roll Tide and the Auburn thing is. But think about it, Alabama is king in college football. Not only king in Alabama, but in college football. And living down there and hearing Roll Tide and all that other crap make you drive you crazy. But you got to respect greatness. You got to put some respect on St. Nick name, man. My Shannon Sharp voice.